Yo, is the mic working? I know I got my glasses on. It's a rare sight. It's a rare sight. But how we doing? How we doing? All right, cool, cool, cool. Enjoy the time of me wearing my glasses because you will not see it very often. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. We working on the only rat project. That's hype. Yes, it is hype. Yes, we are working back on the rat. Uh, yeah, it's been a second. I had some work I needed to do, and I just turned all of my work into content. So definitely check out those videos. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of sit here for a second before we just jump into it. Uh, yes, sir. Cool, 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 cool. Uh, Let me just check the Discord. All right. Yeah, so today we're back on the Rat project. If you guys aren't aware and watching the stream, we are building a remote access tool, aka a rat. Basically, it's a piece of malware that will be able to, or it's basically a piece of malware we can use to get remote access to a computer, but have sets of tools that we can use. So we can install keyloggers, take pictures through the webcam, a bunch of other cool little thingy-majigs. So that's the goal. That's the goal. And that's what we're going to be doing. And where are we going to start? I'm not really sure, but we'll figure it out as we go. That's kind of how we roll here. Let me pull up my Obsidian and pull up the project. I know you guys can't see my screen. I'll give me like 32 seconds and I got you. That's your malware and oh, did I convert the cool. All right, yeah, let me pull out my actually I could show you guys my screen, doesn't really matter. Boom, first try. What? Yeah, I'm tired as heck. I went to sleep at like 3 and woke up at like 7. So, we're vibing right now. We're kicking it. Yeah. All right, bet. So, where were we last time? I always forget. Every time I do a project, I always forget where I leave off. Um, Let me go ahead and actually quit the VS Code. I was so unready for this video. Like I made no preparations for this like at all. CD into projects, only rats. If I list, there you go. We can code our current directory. Oh, it's Codium because we're on Linux. Codium, our current directory. There you go. All right, bet. So, ooh. I have important news for the rat. So I came up with this idea, right? Where I looked at the community-oriented sense of like Hack 5, where the community can develop payloads for their tools. And I was like, that's pretty cool. What if we had like a rat where all the tools could be hosted on like GitHub, then the rat will download the raw data and transfer into like whatever extension needs to be. So it needs to be a batch file, PowerShell, whatever. And what it can do is basically you guys can like develop like modules for the rat. Wouldn't that be cool? I figured that would be pretty cool, right? So that's kind of like the new like front for the rat. It's going to be very community oriented because I love the community, right? So that's the goal, and hopefully we can kind of instill things like that. But regardless, let's get back into it. Cool. Now there's like an eyelash in my eye because, life. Cool. Sorry. Where were we? So we have done like no work at all. We've made a really in-depth plan on where we want to go. The first thing we need to do is the initial staging. So that's what we're working on today, is the initial staging. How are we going to do that? I have no idea. But you know what? We will figure it out as we go. That's kind of how we do, everything. All right. Why is like my entire like world crumbling as I'm trying to stream? There you go. Cool. Let's get started. So let's go ahead and we have our Windows virtual machine right here to do like a lot of the testing and such. And then I need to pull out my notes if I do a hashtag malware. I need to remember how to do this. I probably have it somewhere in my notes. Let me Control Shift E, CD out of here, list. Where would have I put it? I had a project. It's probably in the spammer for real. CD into spammer list, and then the message box startup. Yeah. So cat. Let's just do like Cosmodium. Nope, that's not right at all in any way, shape, or form. Cosmodium, and then we can take our message box startup and then add it in here. Perfect. This section is what I need. Actually, I'm just going to copy this. All right, we're going to make our new. We'll save this as initial.cmd. Save. Oh no! I saved this in the wrong spot. Crap. How do you Control Shift save? Malware projects only rat save. There you go. Perfect. Now there's probably like one of the, if I list the spammers here, remove the initial. There you go. And then cool. Perfect. So this is the rat, and this is our other section. So let's paste and let's get started. So we'll say, can I just do rem? Remark, we'll say, oh, do you have to do the @rem, right? So that way it turns it off or something. I honestly don't remember. It has been a brick. So we'll just do initial stager for rat. Obviously it is created by me, created by Cosmo. Free boy Cosmo. Cool. So we do our @echo off to kind of, prevent all of that from, doing this thing. Cool. So first things first, we're going to move into the startup directory. So move into startup directory. We're also going to need this file to delete itself once we have it moved into the startup directory. So we have it moved in startup directory. It changes directories into there. And now we can write payloads into, so write payloads to startup. Cool. Awesome. So our working environment is going to be in the temp directory, and the startup directory will be a lot of like the initialization. So cool. We move into the startup directory, and then we can, will this confuse? Do I have to put this in quotes? I honestly can't remember. So let's go ahead and if I share this initial.cmd, and let's go over to my Windows machine. And what I'm going to do is pull this up. 5 gigabytes of storage. I appreciate that, but now I'm good. All right. Actually, what I'm going to do is super quickly clear out my fucking. Oh, whoa. Freaking share folder. I'm gonna go on my face real quick, and I pretty much can just delete all of this. Cool. All right, sweet and perfect. Yeah, we're back where we need to be. So yeah, let me go ahead and share this again with my virtual machine. There you go, perfect. So what we can do is if I refresh, there you go, there's the initial. We'll put this in our downloads and perfect. So we have our downloads, and if I run this, if I make a new directory in, oh wait, with our initial, actually, we probably should modify a little bit. Does it write the payload? Oh, so it creates the pop-up, and then it creates, yeah, this is like basic adware. So like a loop, and then yeah, so we don't want to run these, otherwise what I'm going to do is actually just comment this out, just so that way we can see a message box. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's do that instead. So let's share this, and in our Windows computer, we can delete this. And can I just run it in the share folder? All right, so if I ran that, if we go to see users, this, oh my God, is it Microsoft or, oh, hold up, Control H, I think. How do you show view hidden items? App data, I think, roaming, Microsoft, Windows. I want to see if I remember this. Start menu, programs, and then startup. There's nothing here. Interesting. Oh, it created the pop-up in here instead. Yeah. Oh, so we need to move this into our downloads for it to work. So if we refresh, okay, that's not working. Come on. Move into, move, copy to downloads. There you go. Now if we run this and we refresh, boom. Now what it needs to do is delete itself. So what we can do is save this path as a variable. How do you make variables again? Path equals this. And then we can do path slash, oh yeah, and then we have to put this in percents, right? I honestly don't remember any batch. Let me open up my notes so that way I can look at my batch code. Projects, and then batch. Oh yeah, so how do we make variables again? All right, so if I find variables, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So that's our path variable. So we can just say our variables here. So variables. All right, cool. So we create this Visual Basic script file in our path slash popup.vbs. Perfect. So let's share this. Then what we're going to do is open up another one. Oh my God. Let's move this one like, can we go down? Perfect. All right, perfect. So we're going to move this in here, replace. All right, and then we're going to delete our pop-up. So if we run this file, it should create a pop-up in our start directory. All right, let's refresh. Interesting. We probably should just develop this in our Windows environment. I don't know why I'm not just doing that. That's probably going to be a good idea. Let's do that. Let's start developing this in our Windows environment. Let's go ahead and minimize this. We can actually X out of this for now. Go ahead and share our only rat with our Windows computer. What we're going to do is go ahead and refresh this section, and we should have an only rat. Oh, it shared like all the content, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's not what I want. Let's get this right. Delete. Yes, delete. Delete. Get rid of the get. Let's try this again. Come on, y'all. All right, so we're going to cd out of here and share our only rat folder. So there, if I refresh, there you go. Only rat right here. And we'll delete our initial, go into our only rat, and there you go. So what we can do is open up our only rat in code. Now what we're going to do is take a screenshot right now, or a snapshot. Whoops. No. Oh, whoops. Wait. That's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. Trust. There you go. Cool. So what we're going to do is take a snapshot, and we'll just say only rat initial. Hit OK. All right, perfect. So we'll take the snapshot so that way we're not like destroying our computer. And we can close this. I can keep that up. Cool. To make it a little bit cleaner for you guys, I can probably just go full screen now. F. Oh, let it finish taking the seat. Dang, it's taking its time. All right, it is seriously. It's probably because I'm streaming. Is it like going to be lagging and stuff? No, it looks good on my end. Cool. Was that it? Is it done? It is done. Finally. All right. So let me make sure the viewage is good. Viewage, ew. Initial.cmd. Perfect. So instead of having a path, what we're going to do just for right now is take this path, place it here, and that should create the pop-up in our why did all the files get weird? All right. And then we should have a shared folder down here. Well, actually, we don't need a shared folder anymore because we're not sharing anything. Take that, Microsoft. Cool. So let's only rat. And so if we run this initial and refresh over here. Hello? Initial. All right, so that's not working. Why is that not working? All right, what we can do is do what we did before by having it change directories, right? So we can just do move into startup directory. All right, cool. So now what we can do is paste this and then having us change directories into that. There you go. So when we change directories into that, then we can write the start, but we need to get our current path. So wherever the file starts, what I'm going to do is open up PowerShell, and we can open it on this side. So if I do pwd, does that work? Oh, perfect. How do you get the current path? You know, we have Firefox right here. Let's just use good old Firefox. Get current path PowerShell variable. Let's see if that works, because that would just be perfect. Oh, it wants to be slow, eh? Get current directory of script file. What? Oh, that's perfect. Can you just show me your ways, Magic Man? In this blog post using PowerShell, blah, blah, blah. So $pwd. Oh, you can do a get location. So now, I mean, this isn't a PowerShell file, you know what I mean? But what we can do is generate a PowerShell file to delete us. But it should be self-sufficient though. It should create. Do we want, okay, so we're doing a lot of staging right now, right? So what we're doing is we have our initial payload, and this payload is going to spread. The first thing it's going to do is spread into the directory. So that way, in case if it gets deleted, we have it in the startup directory, all right? Eventually we can have it copy itself there or create new files there, but right now we just need a method to get file generation in the startup directory. That's the first thing we need to do, and then we can have this file self-delete. That's the goal. All right, cool. So what we need to do is get, I guess in batch, but you can do, so let's get our variables here. So we can do initial path. This will be equal to PowerShell, and then get tag location. That looks right? Cool. So after this, just for a proof of concept, let's cd into our initial path, and then we'll just do an L or a dir just to show that it is working. So let's go ahead and cd into downloads, and if we list, oh, we have the cd only rat. Cool. So let's /initial, and it listed a pop.vbs. Oh, so it's not changing directories. Can we echo our %, initial path, %? Let's try this. So directory of, oh, is it doing it? So initial path PowerShell get location. So directory of, can we do a cd and echo? Why is that not working? Let's comment this out. Let's do echo, our path is this. So if we run this, where is our path is volume, and C drive has no label. What the heck? That is weird as heck. Can we do this in batch? Maybe is that what we need to do? Batch cd into current directory. Come on, batch. What is the current directory? The batch file. Let's see if that works. We gotta love Stack Overflow. I mean, as much as as annoying as the people are on here, set my path into. Okay, no, I need to understand. Like, how do you get the current directory is equal to cd and then echo current directory? Wait, is that seriously what you do? If I do a cmd, and then if I do cd, oh, echo cd. Oh, so let's do x equals cd. Wait, %, cd? Oh, you have to do the set variables, right? Oh, wait. You have to do set, right, to make variables? Yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong. Oh my gosh. Set. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh. /initial. Dot is not recognized. initial.cmd. All right, why is this not working now? We need to get our current location. So set, instead of PowerShell get location, let's do cd. Is that what we need to do? What is set current directory equal to %(cd %). All right, let's just do that. %, %. All right. So now, initial CMD is not recognized. Oh, we're in our startup directory. Maybe this is why it's not working. Let's open up a new PowerShell because I don't feel like maneuvering all the way back. So cd into downloads, and then only rat, and then initial.cmd. Okay, this is weird. I'm sure it's creating the, file in the startup fine, yeah. But what we need to do is make sure that we end up back in. All right, let's make sure this is working. Let's delete this. So if I run the initial.cmd, it creates it, and we end up back here. Is that working? Is that working? Let's do a dir. All right, so cd into our initial path, and then do a dir. Let's try this. That's not right. We should be back in the cd, cd into cd. Can we do that? Wait, does that work? Oh no, because that gets the current path, right? So what we need to do is we need to get it before we change directories. How do we do that? Nice, appreciate it. Come on, y'all. This is not right. This get current directory. How do we get the current directory in batch? That's what I need to figure out. Get current directory in batch. Echo cd %. Simple way to get the directory from a batch file is the cd environment variable stores the Windows session. So if I do cmd in here, all right, if I do a cd, it gets that. So if I do set, and then let's say x is equal to $cd %, and then if I echo x, or echo our $x %, there you go. So in theory, set initial path does this. So if we cd into %, initial path %, and then let's just copy this. You know what? Let's make a pop-up VBS in our, because this dir is just giving me trouble. All right, so we're making a pop-up.vbs into, yo, what's up? I'm wearing the glasses, or I'm wearing my actual glasses, not the shades and stuff. All my glasses have circle lenses, except for my cloud goggles. Do I have water? Did I just start streaming? Like, I have like a little bit, because I'm gonna be talking for real, and then I'm like have a dry like throat and like start dying low key when I'm trying to stream. What are we doing again? Oh yeah, so change directories back into initial change directories back into initial location. I guess that makes sense. So if we run this, whoops, let's /r or let's just run our initial.cmd. We ran it, and okay, let's check the results. So in our startup directory, there's the pop-up, but in our only rat, is there a pop-up? In our downloads? Man, why is that not working? My man looking big brain today. You already know it. You already know it. Why does that not work? Can you not change directories into the CD variable? That doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. Set initial path to the CD variable that gets the current path. And even if we echo our %, initial path %, it's going to give us the correct path. Watch, watch, watch. Oh, it changed. Did it not change back? Why? Why didn't it not change back? Why? Why did it not change back? Can we? This is taking weirdly long. Yeah, all right, so let's go back here, change directories. All right, cool. CLS, cool. So let's think this out. Is this PowerShell or exit? Exit. All right, now we're back in PowerShell. All right, what we need to do is have our batch file. So what it's doing is it's getting the current path, which is probably like the downloads folder, right? It's typically where it's going to be at, but we don't know. We need to get whatever it is, wherever it's at. Can we do like, can we do like a PowerShell and then say, oh no, because we're not using PowerShell right now. So set our initial path to a CD variable. Can we change directories? Like, why does that not work? As mentioned as above answers, you can add the above below echo current directory. How do you change directories into your directory? There's also another dynamic variable which points to the current directory, but Alexi has a backslash at the end. This can be helpful if you want to append files. Cool. Got you. That's super cool, and I never asked. How do you change? This shouldn't be this hard. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting the current directory. Get current directory in bash. Get directory containing the executed bash script. All right. This will return the path only. Copy. Oh, wait. So let's just run this. What happens if I just throw this in here? Oh, whoops. CMD and then this. What happens if I run this? Oh my god. What is that even? What? What is that? We'll return the drive and the path. Oh my gosh. This is like exceptionally annoying. Echo. How do we change? Okay. Change into directory variable. Maybe that's variable batch. Okay, so echo CD displays CD, yeah. CD variable containing the directory. Oh, it needs to be a string? Is that what it needs to be? Can we do CD into this. It just needs to be a string. Is that what it is? Seriously? Initial.cmd. So like, yeah, it goes to the startup, but it doesn't go back. All we need to do is just get the freaking path. Why does that not work? All right, let's delete this. If anybody has the big brain, just let me know. Change current directory to the batch file directory. All right, let's try this again. Let's just restart. All right, save directories to variable batch. All right, batch to set variable of the current location. And then can we change back to it? Isn't this what I just looked at? Set and then var equals copy. I mean, at this point, forget this. So if we try changing into our VAR at the top of your file, I don't know what you mean, my man. Oh, like the big brain or something? Oh, we're in the wrong directory. Copy CD into here. All right. All right, we're back in our original thing. So let's get rid of command line, because everybody hates command line. And I'm playing. If we run our initial.cmd. Wait, did that work? Yes! Yes! Let's go! Let's go! We have it in both our startup directory and our current directory, which means we can now change back into our current directory. Been a minute since I was able to catch a live. Hope all is well. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you back here. Echo off. Oh, that's why I wasn't echoing. Yeah, see, I'm dumb. See, I should have known. Hi, welcome to the stream. Right now, we're building a remote access tool. So now what we needed to do is self-delete. Now, we need to make a backup before we have it do all this. Cool. So I'm gonna just make a control N. We'll just call this initial.bak for backup, right? Why does it do a .back.txt? I hate this. I hate the hatred is real right now. All right, .back. Thank you. All right, so we're going to have this self-delete. So instead of creating this message box, we want to remove. Is that the command to remove? RM, right? I don't think it's the same in Linux though. You know what I mean? If I do, we'll just figure it out. Do I have the pop-up still in here if I list? Pop-up, yeah. So if I RM, let's get into command line first. So RM, be right back, gonna walk my dog. Cool. So if we remove the pop-up, RM's not. How do you remove stuff in batch again? I forgot. Is it like RD, remove directory? But that's like for directories now. RD pop-up, VBS. Yeah, directory name is invalid. That's what I thought. So how do you remove file? Is it RF? Bro, how do you freaking delete? All right. Oh, delete files batch. Let's see if we got this. Batch deleting files. All right. Oh, it's just del. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Delete our okay, so instead of var, let's make it something a little bit more obvious. So we'll call this initial path, right? And then we can do our initial path. Cool. So let me make sure this still works real quick. If I do, oh, let's have it delete the what we're doing, delete the initial dot cmd. There you go. So let's Control A, copy all this and paste it in this initial dot back. So it should delete our initial file. So what it does is it will create something in the start directory and delete itself. Once we have that done, we will be set for building up the rat, right? Because now we have the initial concept. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check if this is going to work. So let's delete the pop-up here. Cool, so it should delete itself, right? And we have the backup. We do have a backup. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and run it. If I run the initial file, it created the pop-up, but did it delete itself? Why did it not delete itself? Interesting. Why did it not do that? So if we do initial.cmd, cannot find C users download only rat init. Oh, I spelled initial wrong. Oh, that's what I did. Initial. There you go. Now let's try this again. Cool. So delete the pop-up. So if we run this, it deleted itself. Let's go. So now we can have data be transferred. Perfect. So hypothetically, we get this on the user machine, right? However we operate it, it doesn't matter because it's going to self-delete. That's perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. So now we have a method that will go ahead and, so let's save this. Cool. And rebuild it. Cool. Perfect. So what's next? Now that we have the initial command that is going to create something in our startup directory. So here is that point where we have our stuff in the startup directory, and that's where we kind of establish the next step for the connections. Perfect. So we're going to have to figure out how we can start initializing the remote access part and such. But for right now, let's take a look at the README. Cool. So we have the initial, where's the roadmap? Cool. Initial staging. Cool. All right, that works. I'm so happy that works. So let's, instead of this random pop-up that VBS, let's go ahead and start building out some actual, stuff. Cool. And just for the syntax clarity. Perfect. Also, we need to, what am I doing? I swear, I had something I was going to say. All right, cool. So yeah, the next payload that we're going to write is going to sit in here. So we can make a new file and then just kind of format it to go in there. So we'll make a new file. And what we're going to call this, we'll call this, so we have that stage 1, right? And that, we can call it like setup maybe. I never know it. I'll just call it stage 2 to be honest, so we can keep track of everything. Stage 2 dot cmd. Cool. So stage 2. So the initial .cmd is the only file that's actually going to be here. Everything else is going to be dynamic. So we have our initial.cmd, and if we look at what our initial.cmd does, it sits wherever it is, right? The user downloads it, we upload it, we get on their computer, whatever we do, we get this initial.cmd file. When we run it, it's going to create that pop-up file in here and then delete itself. So that way, when it deletes itself, it's like the traces are gone, right? You can't really examine it anymore. If some user downloaded it and ran it, there's like, they can't examine it anymore, whatever. So cool, it deleted. Now what happens is, because it deleted, it created this file in our startup directory. So what we're going to have it do is run the file before it okay, so let's have our set startup, because what we need to do is have a startup path variable, because we might need to use it a few times. So let's Control X and then paste it in here. Oh, this, yeah, perfect. So that's the startup path. So if we cd into %, startup, %, oh, whoops. This should still work in theory, right? So let's go ahead and run the initial.cmd. The batch file cannot be found. Oh, yeah, it's because, is it still deleted? Yeah. So let's save this. Cool. And if we go to our start directory, we can delete this. And in theory, if we run our initial.cmd, all right, let's just exit. So we can go back to PowerShell. There you go. All right, so /initial dot run this. Hello? What on earth? My virtual machine is being weird. Initial.cmd. Why can't it be found? Is it deleting itself like immediately? Let's view it in, oh, whoops, let's go back. So we have the initial file here, right? The pop-up, let's delete the pop-up. So if I run it, does it still work? Oh, it does still work. Oh, okay, perfect. So save this, revive it. Let's make our new version and save it to our initial.back. Cool. See some stuff in the chat. I'm kind of new and just came. What does a rat do? Yeah, so a rat is a remote access tool, right? It's basically how we can, it's like malware that we can use to remotely access, control, and manipulate parts of an attacker's computer. So what we're doing is we're building one, right? So it's going to be able to log keystrokes, install like, I don't know, log keystrokes, takes pictures to your webcam, and then basically any other tools. And because I'm putting on GitHub, I want you guys to be able to develop payloads and stuff for it. So that way you guys can, you know, make those pull requests and then I can add them to the rat. So that way you guys can have like a modular rat with your own payloads that you guys make for it as well. So I feel like that would be pretty cool. So this is where we need to work next, right? So this is our to-do right here. So to-do, we'll just say build out stage 2. Hear my dog being weird. That is so cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. So I can show you how it works right now to give you guys an understanding. So the first thing we need the rat to do is spread, right? So you see this initial file. Let me make this bigger for you guys because that's probably like really small. That's the thumbnail, just for clarity, right? So this is our initial file, right? Whether we get this onto the computer, whether we have like a rubber ducky to run it, whatever. This is the file that we run, right? When we run it, it will self-delete and create a file in our startup directory called pop-up, right? I can zoom in if you guys can't see that. This is just a proof of concept, the pop-up, right? If you run it, it just creates a little pop-up. It's not that cool, right? What is cool is that it deleted itself, right? So you can you can't examine the malware anymore. But basically, what it's allowing itself to do is spread from the download section, clear itself, and create a new file in the start directory. So we can have it copy itself to the startup. So next time the computer turns on, it can run, or we can have it generate malware in here. Whatever we want to do is kind of what we can do, right? Even if we want to like make a web request and have it download something here, anything like that. That's kind of like the initial stage, right? So from there is kind of where we kind of want to go. It's kind of up to us. How it works is we're getting the path that the rat is saved in. Then we're getting the startup directory. And then what we're doing is changing directories into our startup directory, creating our pop-up.visual basic script. And then we'll change back into the initial path and delete the CMD file. Cool. So we can actually delete this because we don't need that. That was just for proof of concept. Cool. So we're basically done with the initial payload. From here, it's kind of up to us where we can have it do like web requests. We can have it do web request is basically like wget, right? Download files off of the internet. I actually have a proof of concept website we can try to download files off of to see how well this is working. Cool. So let's go ahead and I'm going to minimize this and let's actually go onto Firefox. My Firefox, right? The one I have. I can see everything on. Let's go onto my workflow. I think there's like test files. There it is. Cool. So you show your so you show up pop your rubber ducky and go back to your van and do whatever how you want. Essentially, yeah. So what it's going to have is we're going to have a console, right? This is our attacker computer and this is our target computer, right? That initial command line file, of course, we're going to run it. Let's have that be a thing. Let's do a start pop-up.vbs, right? And then we can just do a run payload, right? So what we're doing here is when we, let's delete that just to show you that it's working. We see we have our initial file, we run it, and then you'll see it ran the pop-up, right? And it deleted itself. Great, everything works. This is great because we can actually, start, these, like whatever, this is just a proof of concept pop-up, right? What we're going to have it do is have it connect to our attacker, and from there we can install modules onto the attack computer. So if we want it to be logging keystrokes, if we wanted to, take pictures, webcam, whatever we're trying to do is basically what it is going to end up doing. So the initial stage is good. What we need to do is I'm going to dedicate a single live stream to connecting the remote access part. So for right now, let's go ahead and work on the downloading test files or trying to commit web requests. So the thing with PowerShell files is that they don't run by themselves. So we need to actually go ahead and download all of our vyn.fyi. Yeah, that, no, let's just, no, thank you. Cool. So let's, what was I talking about? I was super disoriented. Yeah. So the thing with PowerShell is that it won't actually just like run automatically because Windows is trying to be secure, but we can just use our command line to run it for us, right? And the thing with having it run in our command line as well is that we can actually make it more secure. Yes, let me copy my old code and move it into our stage 2. So this is going to be our stage 2, right? In our initial, we have this section where it creates our popup.vbs file. Instead of having it create a popup.vbs, what we're going to have it do is create our stage 2, or we can have it download it through the internet, right? So let's go ahead and I'll comment these out for now. What we can do is, how do you do this? PowerShell and isn't it invoke web request, and then I have it somewhere in like an old project. CD out of here. All right, so first of all, CD back into the only rat on this side, and then over here we need to CD out of here, projects ASP, I think, yeah, and then Cosmodium Windows installer, that's CMD. So how did we invoke web requests in this old project over here? Yeah, so we're definitely going to need to use my get admin script that I have. So Control F, invoke web request. Yeah. So PowerShell taxi invoke web request URI. Oh, okay, perfect. So this is how it works. I'm gonna just copy this line and go over to my this thing. Cool. Perfect. So instead of rem, so PowerShell taxi invoke web request URI, and then oh yeah, and then we have the out file. Got you. Perfect. So we're going to need to, let's just do a test. Let's just do a basic proof of concept. Let's go ahead and we can close this for now. Let's see, let's get a small file, extra small file. Let's just do a normal small file. What's the copy link? Open link in new tab. Yeah, all right, so copy this, cancel, perfect. So let's do our, this, and then the out file will just be proof of concept.zip. So let's copy this line right here. And what we will do is replace this with this. The first word has to be echo, so it writes it to the file. And then we can just do stage2.cmd. And then we can start our stage2.cmd. Perfect. So in theory, that should create our stage 2 and then run it, download the file to, or what we can do is PowerShell, right? PowerShell, where's the controller? Start process, PowerShell exe with style hidden. Yeah, this right here. Let's go ahead and have that be in here. So PowerShell start process, PowerShell exe that window style hidden, and then it's going to run our stage2.cmd. Cool. And then if I close that, perfect. So hopefully that should work. And download the file. So let's make a copy of this, Control A, Control C, and then rewrite this section right here. So when we go ahead and run this, we can delete our pop-up because we don't need the proof of concept anymore. So if we run our initial, oh, look at that, stage 2. So the question is it installing the file? So if I run this, it's running. Okay, so it does work. So it should take about 10 seconds, right, to download the file. There you go. So okay, so the only problem is not running the stage 2. Oh, because there's no path. It's starting new. Let's do our %sign start up. And then is there a comma? Is there a slash? So startup / stage 2.cmd. That should work. So let's go to our startup. We can delete this. And if we Control A, Control C, and then have that back up in here. Perfect. Cool. So in theory, this should create a stage 2 file in here and then download a test file off of the internet. I saw an error. What is it erroring with? It's probably this line right here. Let me run it in PowerShell. Initial.cmd is not recognized. Oh, it's because it's deleted. Yeah. Let me go on here. So menu program startup stage 2. Oh, it's because of this freaking space. I hate that about the startup directory path. There's this space and it confuses everything. How do you bypass that space? I know it's like if you have it as like a string, it shouldn't worry too much, but apparently that's not the case. Startup equals maybe if I put it in single quotes, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that will fix it. So start password, add data. That's not working. Oh my gosh. How on earth do you get files to download to the startup directory? This is annoying. And I'm kind of hungry for real. I've not eaten too much today. Let me think. Oh my god. It's like every time I drink water on stream, I choke. Oh my god. Sorry. My bad, yo. My bad. Cool. So we can close this for now. Let's figure out how we can change directories, or at least run start process PowerShell.exe, Windows style hidden, and it's going to run this startup or the stage 2.cmd. Unless if we do a CMD, if you want to test it in a bit, let me know. I mean, it is far from the rat act part, but yeah, I got you. There is a GitHub out for it, and after every stream, I'll typically update it. Let me go, and I'll drop the link for you guys. Now, again, it is not done. It is incomplete, so feel free to start it. Make sure you can watch it. I mean, you can clone if you want, but there's nothing to use. You know, it's just like a readme and the resources. But hey, we'll go hammer. Control C and Control V, paste. There you go. And I will even pin it so that way you guys can check it out. Cool. All right, so we are going to close this. That takes too long, so we're going to copy link location and rewrite our download to this location. So the 5 megabyte, because it is quicker, then the out file as proof of concept.zip, and then we can save it as a stage2.cmd. Any reason when making and testing batch file that you do not use any pause? No, I'm just dumb, you know? Let me actually not have it delete anymore. And I literally, that's such a great idea, and there was no sarcasm in that statement either. I promise you. I was just being dumb. Wow, what a great idea. See, this is why I stream. This is why I stream. Because you guys just come in here and tell me how dumb I am. I appreciate it. So the reason why it's not working is because it won't tell me. Why won't you tell me? Why is it not working? CMD when it's not hidden. Oh yeah. So we can do the CMD obviously. We can do like start process CMD with the stage2.cmd file, which is in our startup path. So if our startup path, yeah. So why does like PowerShell not like? I think we need to have it in like. Oh, that's confusing. Wait, hold up. How do you have it in being dumb is why I began to use files. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. File name, directory name, or volume label or syntax is incorrect. Yeah. Let's echo. Let's turn echo off. And let's echo our path of echo startup. Oh, this probably would have to come before because in my error in cause or code to break. Stage2.cmd / stage. Wait, why does that work? Wait, hold up. If I echo. What? I'm so lost. Did something happen? I was just really confused right there. Okay, interesting. So, oh yeah, I forgot it's gonna show everything. PowerShell. So it shows this directory, startup. That looks right? So if we show this directory with the / stage2.cmd, hello? Oh, exit. And then, all right, my code is so broken. So where's the path? Oh, so there's like that single quote there. But I just added those to make it work better. But I guess, oh, you have to put it in. Oh. I have to put it in quotes. Yo, I'm gonna dip. Have a good rest of the day. Cool. I'll see you later. Echo this. So, in theory, but that's what we're doing here. What? What? All right. So instead of doing the fancy way, let's just see if we can get it to run. So let's just do a start. Just start it. So if we can start our startup, that's stage2.cmd. Cool. So let's delete this. If we run this, why does it start a whole new command prompt? That doesn't look right. Do I call CMD somewhere? Oh, maybe I should turn the echo off back on again, first of all. And then second of all, we change directories in the startup. We build this payload out. And so that's the stage 2 payload. All right, cool. And we can start the startup dot stage 2 CMD. And this is named correctly. And then what it's going to do is we'll just delete this. At this point, we don't even have to worry about it. Then we'll change back into our initial location. In theory, that should work. So this is the stage 2.cmd. So what's wrong with the stage 2.cmd? So we start it, but is it not working? PowerShell. Yo, dude, I discovered you a few minutes ago, and I just got a lot of esteem of you. Please don't stop what you are doing. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Yeah, right now I'm just, struggling, but we're vibing over here. What I need to figure out is how we can, get this working. So does the startup not work? Is this like stage 2 not working? What? It works. It works. Why is it? So why is it being so annoying? Start the startup, the CMD. Did we just run? Should we just use PowerShell? Is PowerShell just the goat? PowerShell, a CMD file. Can we PowerShell a CMD file? I think we can. I hope we can. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm quitting YouTube if this doesn't work. Start. Microsoft Windows start. Yeah, it's the freaking space, dude. Roaming Microsoft Windows. The space in the startup file breaks all of my code. I promise you. Also looks like I'm giving up YouTube, but yeah. See, there's this space right here, and this start makes like command line think we're trying to start this, like the start command. Which is super annoying. PowerShell stage 2, that's the end. So PowerShell, can we do /? PowerShell -c maybe, and then I don't know. I forgot. Maybe that will work. Maybe I have to include the // in it too. Cool. Let's try this. Yep. Still doesn't want to work. Let's include the // in the quotes. Maybe that's what we need. A little bit of Mardi Gras, or maybe it's the taxi low-key. There you go. Let's run this. Nope. Watch Cosmo struggle to program for like an hour. All right, let's try this again. Bro, I swear. Oh, maybe we need to change directories. Maybe that's what we need to do. But we're still in the directories, no? Oh, wait, if we're still in the directory... Please don't tell me. Please don't do me like this. Please don't do me like this. Please don't do me like this, universe. If we're already in the directory, we don't need to change directory. We don't have to specify the directory, no? Stage 2 is not recognized as the... Oh, do we need to, like, start it? Hold up. PowerShell // maybe. That'd be so funny if that was the error the whole time. Oh, I am so dumb, y'all. We're already in the directory. Why am I specifying the startup directory if we're already in the startup directory? Oh my gosh, that just worked. God, I'm so stupid. I am so stupid. I am so sorry, everybody. I don't know why you watch this content. All right, cool. So now we have web downloading stuff working. How long have we been streaming? Because I don't want to make the streams too long because I want you guys to be able to watch them. Where's my OBS? Streaming for a solid 1 hour and 19 minutes. We can go for like the hour 30 range. Next thing you know, I'm programming for like 3 hours or something. But nah. All right, let's go ahead and keep working at it. So now we have the stager, which are the initial payload. All right, it creates. We can now download files, do this, that, and the third. So what else do we want the stage 2 to do? So now we can download files. What I want to see what we can do, or what I want to see if we can, what I want to try to do. There you go. There you go. I swear my English is just awful. Oh my God. You know, there's this comment I got on one of my videos of someone correcting my English. That killed me so hard. Yeah, we'll save dark. That's cool. Anyways, if I find the comment, it was so funny. 30 minutes left on my drive. GitHub. Please tell me this is my GitHub. Otherwise, it is my GitHub. There you go. What I want to try to do is let's go onto our OnlyRat project. We're going to use don't end now. All right, I won't. You're fine. Fine. I won't end it now. But I do need to figure out how we can host our own, right? So we can literally just use GitHub as a hosting platform, right? Because we can upload files and we can download them in theory, right? So what I'm going to see what we can do is download the keylogger that I made a while back. Yeah, I just want to see if we can download my keylogger. So what we need to do is look at the raw data, right? So the first thing I want to see is if we even just try to wget this through PowerShell, will this work? So if we wget this, all right, wget. Oh, is it Internet Explorer is not available. What do you mean Internet? Who uses Internet Explorer? If you're still on Internet Explorer, don't watch my content. What is invoke web request like normal people? Invoke we're just going wait. It's just there you go. Invoke web request tag URI this. Alright. And then we need to do a tag out file. Alright, so tag out file as we'll just do it as a p.ps1. So in theory, if I work that successfully, we just downloaded a keylogger, right? So let's just automate that. Perfect. You have an older version of the package management known to cause issues within the PowerShell extension. You need to all right, we'll worry about that later. We don't care about PowerShell, even though my entire project so far is pretty much built off of it. If you guys ever wanted my Gmail credentials, it's example@gmail.com, and the password is password. I have a question. Maybe you said it multiple times in your videos, and I apologize for repeating. But why are you not using Linux? I am using Linux. This is just a virtual machine. So yeah, this is my Linux system right here. But I'm building the what do you call it? I'm building the RAT for Windows, so I do have a Windows virtual machine on here. So that way I can test the keylogger and stuff. Yeah, see, it's just like a there you go. It's just like a window. So I can test out all the boring PowerShell. But yeah, no, I'm on I'm on Linux. I'm using Parrot. I can probably show you Control-Shift-X, Control-L, Neo Fetch. There you go. If you ever wanted to know the stats of my Linux system and what I'm using and stuff, there you go. Control Shift E. Whoops, Control Shift X. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, so let's go back on this really annoying and boring virtual machine. Oh, sorry. No, you're cool. You're cool. You're cool. So let's figure out how we can get this working. Let's copy that, and we're literally just going to do a good old echo PowerShell taxi. Boom. All right, invoke web request. So instead of doing this, what we're going to be doing is this. So PowerShell taxi, invoke web request, tech URI. All right, so what we need to do is have our, what am I looking for? We need to make it hidden. Yeah. So start process, PowerShell, and then we'll just copy that whole line. I think that's what we need to do. So PowerShell, start process with this, window style hidden. Perfect. This is exactly what we need to do. This is on the wrong file. Whoops. There you go. I'm a mess, everybody. PowerShell, start process, PowerShell exe, type window style hidden, all of that. There you go. So in theory, this will save a p.ps1 file to the startup directory, and that p.ps1 file is a keylogger. Perfect. So let's go ahead and yeah. What am I doing? What was I about to do? Run this. I am such a mess. I am such a mess. I am such a mess. All right. So let's delete this. So the initial payload. Come on. Let's see it work. Let's see it work. Bruh. Tech URI. Is that not the variable? Is it URL? I swear it was URI. I know it makes no sense for it to be URI, but in my head, it's URI. Yeah, see? Tech URI. I promise. I'm not crazy. There's a method to my madness, okay? Tech out file, invoke web request, tech URI. So this works in like the PowerShell. Why is this? What's the error here? What's going on? I ain't playing these games right now, right? I need to figure out why my code is so broken. Stage 2.cmd. So I'm wondering, does the stage 2 work? Okay. Let's echo a pause in here as well, because I'm dumb and I always forget to do basic programming concepts. So yeah, basically this p.ps1 file should be in here, right? What's going on? What's going wrong? We go into our startup directory, we invoke the web request URI to the raw version of our p.ps1 file, and then we output it as a p.ps1 file. And then we do a PowerShell./stage2.cmd, and that should work. So let's maybe it's just being different. Maybe it just needs a little bit of emotional support. Let's delete these two, and let's run our initial again. And a parameter that cannot be found, URI. Oh, is it the HTTPS? Is that what's throwing it off? Do I just need like the raw? Is that what I need to do? That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. I promise you. I promise you it doesn't feel right. All right, let's close all of these because I have like so many. What on earth? It's like a Christmas tree of errors. Close. Cool. Let's go back here and let's try this again. If I do an initial.cmd start process. Oh, is that what's going on? Start process. Tech hidden. Oh. So we don't start process. We just do the PowerShell with the window style hidden. I think that's what we need to do. Hopefully That's what we need to do. Did that work? Let's go. Let's go. We got the keylogger in here. See, I told you guys. I'm not that bad at coding. I'm bad at coding, but I'm not that bad, all right? Oh my gosh. I think the hood should go on now for those, lead hack survives. No, it's just cold a second here. Cool. All right. What's next? So now we have the keylogger installed. And I don't want to make it too long. You know what I mean? Because like, I want people to watch the process of us building keyloggers. Because like I have like 3 hours. I have a 10-hour live stream on my YouTube channel. That's the longest live stream I have. A 10-hour live stream of me programming in Python. Yeah, I know. All right, so we have the ability to write payloads and the ability to invoke web requests. Cool. And then it saves it to our stock directory. Cool. So what we need to do is start building out our modules. So what we need to do is, okay, the next step. This is the next step. Let's start planning again, right? Where is our README? Where is the README? Stages. So initial payload creates files in start directory. New malware. All right, yeah. So we'll need the So we're going to skip stage 2 for now because all my homies hate stage 2. And what we are going to do is create the modules, right? So modularity, right? So basically modularity. I like that word. It's probably not even a word, but I like the word. Modularity, right? So what we're going to be doing is having a directory to store information, or actually to store resources for the rats. Cool. So the first thing we need to do is how can we generate random text in PowerShell? Isn't it like random or something? Generate random text PowerShell. Generate random letters with PowerShell. Perfect. I think Google knows I'm like a hacker. Like if you like look at my like search history on like virtual machines and stuff, because I'm too lazy to set up like Firefox on like a virtual machine. You know what I mean? So this generates random numbers. I need random letters. I need like a series of random letters. Perfect. Give me your. So join 6590 97 122. Oh, is that Unicode? Wow. So let's just like, did I close my PowerShell? I'm so dumb. Why would I do that? Let me also get these out of my startup directory so when I start the virtual machine, it's just not running malware. Because that would be fun. CD into downloads, only rats, lists. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's paste this. Perfect. So we're going to need a PowerShell file. So we're going to call this, let's call this stage 3.ps1. Cool. So we're going to call, let's go ahead and we'll just say builds resources for rats, and of course it's created by me. We're going to get rid of like all these comments to avoid like AV and stuff, but created by, but I need the comments so I can make it easier for myself to read because I'm going to forget what I'm doing. So this is going to be random string for directory. So can we make this a function? How do you make functions? It's literally just like function, right? Wow. That was Okay. Wait, that was that was that was so that threw me off so hard. I'm so sorry, guys. That confused the living heck out of me. Um, why is stage one that PS1? All right, so let's just call this random, random text, and we do need a parameter. How do you add parameters? So I see this parameter. Can we just do text in here? And then we just return, and then let's just cut this line and paste it here. Why on earth did the return go under? That confused me. What? All right, there you go. So return this. Now, what's going on here? I don't think that's a proper PowerShell function. So let's just search up PowerShell functions with parameters. Come on, internet. Help me out. So function, get PowerShell process, get process. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Can you make this easier to read, please? I cannot read this at all. Can you just give me like a basic function that I can kind of just copy off of? Most of my PowerShell functions never use parameters, so I'm trying to remember how to. It's function name, parameter, statement list. Does that not fit the requirements? All right. So what's the error? What's wrong here? Missing closing parentheses? You mean this one right here, huh? What do you mean missing closing parentheses? What on earth is it talking about? Unexpected token. Oh, do you have to do like that and stuff? No. I look so dumb right now. It has been a hot minute since I touched PowerShell. I can't even lie. Parameter. Oh, it needs to be a dot. I mean $sign. See, that's all I freaking needed. Oh, so wait, there's no parameters though because it's random. Oh my gosh. See, all that chaos for no reason. Random strings for directories. Perfect. Cool. So what's next? We have our random text function that gets a random text. Obviously, we're going to have to go through and obfuscate like all of this, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. What's next? So let's make... How do we get the temp directory again? It's... Let me look at my keylogger, actually. I think... Let me go on my GitHub page. See, just look at your old code. Trust me. I mean, why why put the extra effort in? So let's go into my payload.txt. Is that what it is? So the environment temp. Yeah, that's the... So, the environment temp directory is basically like where all of our magic is going to happen. So let's cd into the environment temp. Why is that erroring? So yeah, we're setting the location to the environment temp. And then what we need to do is make a directory of... All right, so let's just call this directory name. So directory name is equal to... Oh, whoops, hold up. $sign directory. Oh, can you not have tags? Oh, is that why this is geeking too? Random text. Oh, yeah, you have the camel case, right? Random. I hate camel case. Wait, can you snake case? All right, that's what we're doing. Directory Yeah, I don't know why in my head you could use the other thing. So directory name is equal to the random text, right? So if we make directory and then $ directory name, that should, in theory, work. So let's do a ./stage3.ps1. All right. So if we run this, execution policies. Oh, so what we need to do is set the execution policy to bypass, right? That's not a huge flag for malware, unless if we make the okay. So we need to get administrative permissions, right? I do have the c.cmd, the administrative command script that will allow you to get administrative permissions. With that administrative permissions in the stage 2, what we can do is have it run with those administrative permissions. How, where, and why, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry. You'll kind of just follow along. You'll understand at some point. But no, if you guys are confused, just let me know. I'll clarify what I'm talking about. So yeah, let's go on to the duck administrator. This is an old project. I just need the CMD file right here. All right, yeah, so let's go ahead on that raw data, pure fuel. So let's copy this, and we're going to drop this right at the top. Perfect. What we need to do is, so this stage 2.cmd is what our initial payload is going to be building in here. So we have two options. We can build it, or we can have it invoke a web request to download it. That's kind of what this is going to do. So I guess stage 2 is going to download the, yeah, because we don't want someone to cancel the file from running. Yeah, so what we're going to have it do is create a new file that's going to go to the stage 2. So which means our stage 2 is going to download the files needed. That's so confusing. This is why I can't name them stage 2 and stage 3, because I'm going to have to switch the order up and this, that, and the third. Not fun. So let's return. So we need to have our stage 2 file run with administrative permissions. And it's going to start PowerShell execution policy bypass. And then even like, we're going to need the whole 9 on this one. Like this is going to be the most, the biggest red flag we can have. Actually, we should probably disable Defender first. So we need to disable Defender, and then we'll have our rat resources. What we can do is get that alright, so you know what, we'll just open a new, so inner share folder, only rat. We're going to, oh, what's not the Flare VM. I want to literally go through our install.ps1 file. That's going to go in our resources here. We can do, oh, we need that stage 3. All right, never mind. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. What were we doing? I swear I get so lost so quickly when I'm programming. So resources, keylogger PowerShell, cool. And then we have our install.ps1. Cool. So this install.ps1 is just a script for Flare VM. What we need to do is Defender. So attempt to disable Windows Defender. Like look at this file, dude. This whole thing is just like completely just like disabling Defender to the fullest. Like disable scanning network files, Yeah, we're basically going to do this. Catch failed to disable Windows Defender. Cool. I'm probably just going to copy this. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and just copy, you know what I mean? This is a huge red flag for malware. So let's, cool. We're going to copy this and throw this right at the bottom right here. So the thing is that this stage 2. Okay. Oh my lordy lord. Oh my gosh. So we have our function for random text, and here we are just disabling Defender. Can I just close like this? Perfect. Yeah, perfect. All right, just so that way we can read it. So basically from line 10 to 47, it's just disabling every part of Windows Defender. That's not going to be any red flags. I promise you. Antivirus won't detect it at all. I'm going to make it so it doesn't detect it. I'm just fine. But so we're disabling it, right? What we're having our stage 2 with administrative permissions is we need to have it download. Yeah, so with the administrative permissions, it's going to basically do this. So let's copy this and throw this in our, yeah. So what this is going to do is basically download our stage 3. Yeah. All right, this is, okay, so far so good. So we have the initial payload, and this is going to basically, should we have it write the stage 2 or down? So we're going to need a separate stage file to download the resources. Oh my God, this is so confusing. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But actually what we should do is change the names instead of having them be named stage 2 and 3, because we're going to have to change the order like 4 times throughout this entire project. Such an overkill Defender script I want. Bro, I will, once I put it on the GitHub, you can copy and paste. But this thing will like borderline slap, you know, I don't want to say anything too profane on stream, but this thing will execute Defender. Is getting the service when the defendant, stopping the service, and then it's going to, what is it going to do after? Oh yeah, it's going to like disable Windows Defender, anti-spyware, routinely taking action, spynet reporting, submitting samples, don't report information. We're also going to need to disable, oh yeah, this is like disabling real-time monitoring, it's disabling AP protection, restore points, yeah, the whole nine. It's quite beautiful. But what we do need to do is also disable the Windows notifications. And there's a way to do that in PowerShell that I cannot remember, but we'll worry about it later. Windows finally stayed. Cool. So we have this random text thing. Sorry, people are texting me, but you know what? I'm streaming right now. We have priorities in order here. Remember when I said I was going to end it at the 1.5 hour mark? Yeah, it's like hour 48. We'll go for 2 hours. I think 2 hours is a good. Like, I honestly, if I were to do this, like, I would stream for like a solid 3 or 4 hours. However, I want people to come back and watch the videos because I don't want them to be like stuck there watching like. Do you guys actually like watch my 3-hour streams? Like, like that's like an end game, you know? You know the new Batman movie is like 2 hours and 55 minutes. That's wild. That is wild. All right. So first things first. Change the names of the payloads, because there's going to be too much confusion if we put numbers into it. So the thing we need to do is, we'll call this wget, wget.cmd. And what does wget.cmd do? We're basically getting the files. So we're going to rename our stage 2, f2, whoops, start PowerShell. All right. And we're going to call this wget. Cool. And then we have our stage 3. So our stage 3 needs to be renamed as well, and we can call it, should we just call it fuck you? So this is basically installing the rat. So we can call this installer.ps1. That's going to confuse people when they're looking at the code. They're just going to run this. But you know what? It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Windows started killing my script finally. Cool. Let me get some water because I've been talking nonstop. Cool. All right. So what we need to do is we have our initial, and what this is going to do is download the what's it called? The wget.cmd. The wget.cmd is basically a file with administrative permissions that we can use to run on our other files, right? So we get administrative permissions. The only issue here is, let me show you guys. Let me show you what's wrong with this. The only issue. Let's just do a start, so that way it opens up a new command prompt. All right. If we run our wget.cmd, boom, UAC, the freaking piece of S that ruins our society. I don't want to keep cursing because I'm not trying to ruin my YouTube algorithm stuff, but you know. But UAC. So we need either the rubber ducky to hit Alt-Y for us, or we need to trick the user into running it. Unless if we have an exploit. That we can use to get us administrative permissions. And then it will work, right? So, but if we can get that Alt-Y. So for now, we'll just use this, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so for now, I mean, this works, right? It gives us an administrative shell, PowerShell or CMD, but we need UAC. That's the only issue. And there's plenty of bypasses for UAC. Yeah, cool. So this script is way too complex to the point where we should have it be downloaded off of the internet, off of the GitHub page. Cool. But yeah, so that's good. So we have our initial, and it's going to get our wget, and this is completely the wrong link, but you get the idea. So we can get rid of the echo pause because it's working now. And oh, so this isn't actually the wget. So what we can do is, instead of writing this to a file, we're just going to get our wget. So put the file as wget.ps.cmd. Perfect. So yeah, this is obviously not the right link. We need a different link, but you guys get the idea. Cool. So let's review. All right, we have it get this wget script into our command line, and then this file will self-delete. Cool. We don't need to pause anymore because it works. Whoops, 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 whoops. It'll run the W script. Should we do like a start? Oh, no, don't we have to run it as like a hidden thingy magic? Actually, you know what? Just the PowerShell works. We'll worry about it later. If it's running it, we don't have to worry about it. So let's running this wget.cmd, and I wonder if, I don't think you can use Visual Basic Script to bypass UAC, but that would be so cool because you can do the keystroke injection. But if you could, that would be really cool. All right, so then we'll delete itself. We don't need to actually delete itself right now. Cool. So once it gets that wget script into the CMD, it will run it. And then what it's going to do is ask for administrative permissions. Once we get those administrative permissions, dang, this whole house is like loud. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, what was I saying? So we get those administrative permissions. Once we get those administrative permissions, what do? We get those rat resources. So what we need to do is run something with an execution policy bypass. We should just start a script. What we need to do is probably just get a invoke web request, right? And let's just close this. Cool. So PowerShell.exe. Okay, yeah. So it's going to invoke a web request, get this file, and then we're going to get our install.ps1. So this is how we're getting the install. So install.ps1. So initial is stage 1. Then our wget is stage 2, which gets our install. And then now we need to run the installer with, let me copy this too. Sorry, now we need to run the installer with all those secrets attachments. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Did I not get what I was trying to get? Controller. Just copy this line. All right, and paste. Cool. So once we get the once we download that PowerShell file, we'll do a PowerShell execution policy bypass. We need to start process, Windows style hidden execution policy bypass, and then we can run our installer.ps1. There you go. There you go. That's how we do it. All right. So then this is going to have to get it off of the GitHub page. So now it's going to get the installer. So let's put this in order. So now it's going to get the installer. So this is going to build the resources for the rat. This is the key piece of malware that's going to destroy everything. So once it finishes disabling Defender, we have this all that try. And then we can have it in this catch, right? So this one belongs to, if that's equal to that value, okay. And then this one, whoops, this curly brace belongs to this try statement. This belongs to this, and then there you go. So try catch here, and then we can try again and catch again. There you go. All right, yeah, so we can take this whole thing and shift tab it over. Is that right? where is this ending? Yeah, so this needs to be, oh, wait. So this needs to be, oh my gosh, this is like very mind. I know that hurts your eyes. I know that hurts your eyes. It hurts my eyes. So we need to shift tab that over. Oh, tab that over. And then what we need to do is take this section and tab this back. Yeah, like that. And then in here, it's getting all of these sections that we can just do this. Perfect. Look at that formatting. All right, so all of this is an attempt to disable Windows Defender. That's all this is doing. And this script should be this script should be running with administrative permissions now, because we have the W script. Because this gets admin, and then what we're doing is running a PowerShell with our administrative permissions. What we can try doing is modifying our administrative script. What we can do is do this. We can make a new file and we'll save it as admin.cmd. What we can do is paste the administrative abilities and then hit a start PowerShell. Or can we just do PowerShell start process? Is that what it's called? Start process, and then a PowerShell.exe. And then will that be administrative? So where's that admin? So we can hit yes, and that's going to, so it started an administrator Windows PowerShell. So yeah, that does work. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. Cool. So we can add this admin script to our resources. Cool. What else is next? So we have our initial backup. I don't think we need this backup anymore, so we can actually delete with recycling bin. Cool. So we have our initial, that's CMD, which is perfect. This is the only file you actually need for this entire thing, because it should get everything else off the internet. So cool. It obviously won't get the right file because, you know, this is some random, you know, PowerShell code. So once it gets this, it'll get the wget, which has administrative permissions in the start directory. Oh, so this is also going to have to self-delete once it finishes everything. Like all the files are going to have to like self-delete. No, all of them, but all the installation files are going to need to self-delete. We should also like create a way to make sure that they don't remove any of the files. So if they delete like, oh, and we're also going to have to hide all the files too. Oh my gosh. Super quickly, what we can do is what on earth did I do? Whoops. Let's go onto our GitHub. We can close this. All right, let's go to a really old project, called Capulator, where I used code to hide files. Yeah, so which one's to show? Let's just copy this. So basically I'm just getting some batch code. I know that's Python, but there's batch code in the Python that we can use to hide the files. Where's my resources section? Resources, cool. So let's go ahead and cool. So let's go ahead and strip this down. So this unlocks the files. So I mean, this means show. So show files, and then this will hide file. So we can get rid of this line, we can get rid of this line, and then shift tab over and shift tab this over. We can delete this. and then we'll just do file in all caps. And then if we delete all this, all right, perfect. So this is exactly what we need, this right here. Then we can just repeat the process again, right? So we can just delete this, literally this entire thing, and just replace it with file in all caps, and then perfect. So this hides a file in batch, and this shows files. We're going to use this to hide all the files that we build in our file explorer and all that stuff, but we will worry about that in the future. So yeah, definitely good progress today. I'm looking if there's anything else. So we have our administrative shell, and then this will just have to, let's get the format, right? So I guess this is going to be like the GitHub page, right? We have our resources. So the initial CMD is the only thing that you guys have to download, right? When you guys are using this rat, when it's finished, you can just get the initial.cmd and then put it on a rubber ducky or put it on whatever. So that way you guys can get the rat on target computers you are completely allowed to use. Cool. What's next? So that's the important part. Then we have this resources section. I think we'll make a new folder called okay, we can call it rat. And actually it should be something a little bit more random, so that way it's not raising detection by AV. We can just rename it to files. Cool. So now in that files folder, we can move all the files that we're going to use for the process. So the wget files right there, and then we can move our installer in there as well. So then when we are on, let me copy the format for the GitHub page. GitHub.user.content.cosmodium. So it gets the file, the main, and then the folder. So the folder is going to be called files, and then it's going to be a slash folder name. So we can delete this. So files, and then it's going to get our wget.cmd. So this is the actual link it's going to look like, right? Raw GitHub user Cosmodium CS, the only rat, which is the repository, the main, then the files folder, then the wget.cmd. That's the files folder and wget.cmd. Perfect. So that should work, and then you can run that. So if I were to push this to GitHub, it should work. And I'm going to try to do that in a second. I'm just finish the rest of the process. So then in our wget, we have this administrative thingy here. Let's go ahead and copy this section right here, the invoke web request. So let's go here and replace the invoke web request section here. And we're going to get our installer.ps1. So installer.ps1 right here. And then what we're going to do is get our installer dot .ps1. Cool. So that should get the installer.ps1 off of the GitHub page. So then it will run it. Cool. So what we're going to do is let's see if we can test it out. What I'm going to do is close this. Let's go in our downloads. We'll take our only rat and we'll put it in our shared folder. Replace the files. Cool. So let's go onto my Linux computer. Cool. So let's cd out of here. We can control this out, and we can actually grab our only rat. Oh yeah, so let's rm tech rf only rat grabbable. Whoops. Grab. Can you spell grabbable? There you go. So the only rat is right there. So if we grab my only rat, and by the way, these aren't real Linux commands, these are bash aliases. So don't try to run in your terminal and be hella confused on why it's not working. On grab only rat. There you go. So if I list, I have my new only rat here with all the updated things. So I do only rat to see a files thing. So if I do ls tech a on our only rat, there you go. So let's cd into only rat, and if I do a git push, or isn't it git update? Git update. This again, bash alias. And then we'll just do files added. Rejected. What do you mean rejected? What are you rejecting me for? I didn't do nothing to you. Let's close this. I don't need my obsidian. I'm just closing random stuff now that I'm here. Oh, okay. That's the virtual machine. Why are you being so weird? Huh? So we have our only rat. Yeah, it's not. Why? I swear they're random bots. Let's remove. Cool. Anyways, resources, admin.cmd, resources installed PS1. Why is it not working? Edit your configuration file. I don't know if I'm supposed to show that. Just to be safe. We'll go back on my face. Yeah, I got the glasses on. Let me take these off. Oh yeah, I see the freaking little thingies. Oh my gosh. We're not ending the video, don't worry guys. I'm just don't want to show important information on stream in case if it's important. Oh, wait. Is that what's wrong? Git pull? Is that what I'm supposed to do first? Let's do high. What on earth is going on? Git pull. Already up to date. Git add all. Git push. Or isn't it git commit? Tech m. Alright, I think I can show my screen now. Tech m. Ratatata. Ratatata. Nothing to commit. So if I do a git push tech u origin main. There you go. Now you want to work, huh? Alright, so if I hit that F5 to refresh, boom! Hi. Huh? What do you mean hi? Alright, it works. Doesn't matter. So, alright. Now we have our initial.cmd. This is the thing that should get our rat up and running. Alright, so let's test it. If we go on to this and go on our downloads, we can literally just run our initial and hopefully something should happen. You know what I mean? If we say yes. Oh, it got the installer. So it might be running the installer secretively in the background. So we don't actually know if the installer is running or not because it's running as a hidden window. But Windows Defender should just like die. So if it is working, and if it's not working, then we can simply fix it, right? But it did get this file and this file. So the wget, right? If we edit, right? So we do need to have it and run this PowerShell that PS1. Expression bypass. Yeah. So we can worry about that next video, but that's some good progress, dude. And I'll do it again. So now the initial file should also be able to self-delete too. Do I have the backup? It's on the GitHub, right? So, and it's on my Linux computer now. So if I do list, yeah, I do have that initial CMD. So let's run it as if it were the actual, thing. So we have this random initial.cmd file. I'm quickly going to edit it and have it self-delete too. So it does the whole thing. All right, so let's pretend, hey, we got this random initial file. We can have it run through the rubber ducky. We can have it through like the shortcutting malware video I made or anything else. But regardless, if we just do an initial, it'll run. We can hit that yes. And look at that. So it got our wget and then it installed both, it wgot this file and this file, which is great. So now, and it self-deleted the installer. So to the view of the user, when they ran the file, it just deleted, which is great. So then this wget file got this file and we'll run it with admin permission. So that's what we're going to work on next time. So that's what I'm going to put in the, let me just do Cosmodium and then current directory. So yeah, let's write that down so I don't forget. README. So great job on the roadmap. Our initial staging is done. So what we need to do now is run installer with admin, or admin priv, right? That's what we need to get working. Would it be smarter to place some defender kill stuff in your initial setup to help avoid the yes window from appearing? So UAC, can you disable UAC in PowerShell? That's a good question on its own. But yeah, I guess I could definitely do that. But it would also raise some red flags immediately. Yeah, I'm looking for UAC disable PowerShell. The thing is, when the user first gets the install.ps1 file on their computer, it's going to basically disabling UAC with PowerShell. Hold up. There's an issue specifically with some of the things you can have no UAC and local administrator on the machine. This is, first of all, something I'm just gonna save. Is this the Windows computer? Yeah, this is the Windows computer. Whoops. Where is the Cosmodium? So where's the resources section? We can just do disable. Sorry, I'll answer your question fully in a second. Disable UAC. There you go. True, I've managed it once, but never managed again. Forgot what was more UAC issue than less settings. Yeah. So the problem is if I throw like any sort of like disabling in the initial file, it's an immediate red flag. It is just an immediate red flag, especially if we don't have admin permissions, because this initial file does not have administrative permissions, right? But our wget file does, right? It gets that UAC. So what we can do is, yeah, we could use that PowerShell and disable UAC, and then run the wget code and stuff. That's work for the next stream probably. I'm probably going to end it off around here because it's a good stopping point. But so next video we're probably going to, or next stream, we're probably going to get it to disable the UAC. But if we do like any sort of disabling, like how this is doing, it's an immediate red flag, which is why our wget file runs the installer with an execution policy bypass, and it gets that administrative permissions from all of this. But yeah, we can try to disable the UAC with PowerShell too, and see if we can get that to work. I'll even put that in the README too. Okay. So roadmap, run installer with admin priv, and then we can use our, was it wget power, and we can just use a PowerShell ... to disable UAC. All right, and this ... I was just referring to the resources section right here. Perfect. Yeah, so I can actually close this. If I go ahead and git update. Let's try this ratatata again. Maybe it'll be nicer to me. Ratatata. There you go, ratatata. But yeah, so now it's updated now, so you guys, I mean, you can try it and run it if you want. It does work. It's not done, obviously. It just gets the files in the startup directory. So, I mean, but by all means, you know, go ham. But yeah, let me take these out of the startup directory, so we're not running malware on my computer. We can close this virtual machine. I'll save the state. Doesn't really matter too much. Let me go ahead and. So I think at different times also, since I'm never in a pen test situation, but always breaking stuff with permissions. Love having zero cares about team red flag freakouts. I love the disable. But yeah, that was it for this video, guys. It's a stream, but you know, appreciate you guys watching another development session for the only rat you'll ever need. I'll probably do some more development sessions over the weekend if I'm not too busy, and we can hopefully finish this thing. I also need to finish the Codex project. My goal is to finish it by the end of February, so we definitely need to finish that too. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, happy hacking.